Welcome to Prime Sports with me, Razak Musbar, and tonight we are starting on a rather sad note because the Division 1 League has registered yet another act of hooliganism barely 2 weeks after the infamous incident in Elmina this time involving True Democracy FC and Trump Divisa. In an action-packed game that saw both a missed penalty and a sending off, Trump Divisa urged True Democracy by a solitary goal in a 1-0 win. However, the aftermath of the game produced another unwanted incident of hooliganism, with fans of True Democracy FC allegedly laying ambush and attacking the bus of Trump Divisa as they left the match venue. The bus was pelted with stones, leading to severe damage to the vehicle and some injuries to players and staff of Trump Divisa. This latest incident comes just days after the Ghana Football Association announced the resumption date for the Ghana Premier League after the fatal stabbing of Ashanti Kotoko fan Nana Pole during the game between Kotoko and Insoncheman. We understand the Ghana Police Service has waded into this, and officials of True Democracy FC are currently at the police station in Tema to answer questions on what led to this very incident. We'll be following it and bringing you more details as and when we get it for you. But away from this sad incident to some exciting news, because the 2025 Super Zonals athletics competition has come to a close, and in the Ashanti region, Prempeh College amassed 100 points to retain the Ashanti regional title for the boys category, with TI Amas coming second there. Meanwhile, St. Louis dominated the girls category and managed to clinch the title in the girls category in an action-packed event at the Babaya Sports Stadium. My colleague Stephen Zando monitored the event, and he joins me again today for some quick update on what unfolded at the Babaya Sports Stadium. Stephen Zando, thank you very much for joining me again. And let's hear from you on what happened at the Babaya Sports Stadium. And we'll also be hearing from my colleague, Michael Akomea, who has been monitoring and following the school sports, the athletics competition among the secondary schools. He will be joining me on Zoom for a further analysis of how we can make the most of the event and harness the talent in the various secondary schools. But first, Stephen Zando, how did Prempeh College emerge champions? Likewise, St. Louis. Hello, Stephen Zando.
Hello, Razak, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I mean, give us the gist. How Prempeh College managed to do it, alongside St. Louis in the girls category.
So, yes, I mean, Prempeh College continuing where they left off yesterday. And yesterday they led the table on the one. But, most of the final event took place today. And after leading on day one, it was expected that if they're able to win some of the final events, they will obviously clinch another title. And of course, they did very well, and they've won back-to-back. They amassed 205 points to emerge victorious in the boys division. And what it means is that they won the title 5 times in the history of the competition, and that's really huge for, that is just for academic prowess. But they are demonstrating to the people of Ashanti that these days, they are making huge investments, and that is why they've won it back-to-back. In the last 6 years, they've won it 3 times, and that's really huge for Prempeh College. Their rivals, Opoku Senior High School, came second in the boys' division with 100 points. TI Amas, a school that is known for the Super Zonals. They've won it a record 14 times. They placed third with around 94 points. Osechiche Senior High School came fourth with 77 points, and Japas were fifth with 35 points. Let me quickly move on to the girls. And then another St. Louis, that is taking, some good runs in the Super Zonal. And won it back-to-back 3 times in a row. And they emerged victorious today with 142 points. And the point difference between St. Louis and the second place school, Yasantua Girls, was 22 points. So what it means is that St. Louis won the competition with 142 points. Yasantua Girls took 110 points on the second position. Tiamas Girls came with 89 points. Islamic Girls were fourth with 60 points. And okay, their girls, came fifth with 54 points. So, that's one up of the competition as it's unfolded today. But, what is trending here in Kumasi is the fact that these two schools, Prempeh College and St. Louis Senior High Schools, I mean, they are known for their academic prowess. But when it comes to sports these days, St. Louis, for the girls division, have demonstrated that they are in, to make good impression after making huge investment in sports. And that is why they've won it 3 times in a row. Same story can be said about Prempeh College after winning 3 times in the last 6 years. So, I mean, it's huge for Prempeh College and St. Louis.
Interesting. There were some incidents after the event today. We'll come to that. But we also understand that for TIMRs, apparently they have some students from Kenya who are, participating in the long distance events for them. Can you share more light on that? How Kenyans found their way to Ghana's secondary schools in the Ashanti region?
TIMRs is widely known for sports in the Ashanti region. Like I mentioned, in terms of the Super Zonals, they've won the record 14 times. And when it comes to sports in the Ashanti region, TIMRs will take all the. I mean, you talk about who cares, and these days, Prempeh College and the likes are coming through. And so they think that they've dominated on the local scene, and quite surprisingly, they decided to hit the sub-region and then bring in athletes from across the African continent. And so that's why they decided to, go beyond Ghana and cast their nets wide and bring on board athletes from Kenya who will be very good with the long distance race and what have you. So yes, I had the opportunity of engaging the authorities of TIMRs, and basically that's the reason they think that they want to dominate once again Ghana's sports. When it comes to inter-school competition in Ashanti region, they want to dominate again, and they think that getting on board athletes from the sub-region, athletes from the other parts of the African continent to help the cause of TIMRs to the right way. So beyond the fact that they are starting for talents on the local scene, they've gone beyond Ghana and then brought on board some athletes from the African continent.
And just finally, though, what is this chaos that unfolded after a very successful, nice event? What really happened there? We saw some student that was being attacked. Can you tell us what exactly was happening, with the visuals on the screen now?
In Ashanti region, one issue that, a lot of people looked out for was security arrangement, because the inter competition, I'm talking about the qualifiers, had suffered pockets of, violent incidents. That's what a lot of people looked out for in terms of the security arrangement. We spoke to the security officials, the Ghana Police Service, and of course the Ghana Education Service, and they did assure us that they have put in place, tight security measures to ensure, students, not going rampage to the at the Baba Sports Stadium. It was all smooth through, but unfortunately, after, the competition, during the celebration of the view, these schools actually had planned to clash, and that is how it unfolded right at the entrance of the Baba Sports Stadium. You can't really figure out, the particular school, because in that video we saw a lot of students with different schools outfits. So what it means is that there were a lot of schools involved in this particular clash. Unfortunately, that is how the competition ended today, and it's really sad. I've been told that GES and the Ghana Police Service, they are looking into the issue.
Well, Stephen Zando, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time. Well, let's turn attention to the Central Region, and then we'll hear from Michael very shortly. And in the Central Region, Prempeh dominated the boys category. They pretty much won the major event there. And also, you have Efutu Senior High School, dominating the women's event. They defeated Wesley Girls, Holy Child, all of them, and clinched the ultimate there. Well, gracefully, we are joined by the senior housemaster, and who also happens to be the PE tutor, Mr. Ebenezer Appiah, on phone for some quick insight into how he managed to prepare Prempeh to clinch the title in the Central Region. And if Mr. Ebenezer Appiah is on the phone now. Mr. Ebenezer, thank you very much for making time to join us tonight on Joe News. Big congratulations to you. Clearly, the contest was going to be between you and Seta Gestons, and you proved that you are the better team. How did you make this possible?
Thank you very much, my brother. I must say that this year the contest was not between Francine and Augustine. It's rather at this stadium. Adisadel came second. Apparently, they had wanted to take the trophy from us.
Well, because interestingly, we spoke to the headmaster of St. Augustine's, and he mentioned that Adisadel and Prempeh are nowhere near their preparations ahead of the competition. So it's interesting that you're telling us Adisadel were rather the ones you were eyeing. Please go on.
Yes, it's my brother. It's all about hard work, commitment on the part of the students, discipline, and the support from management and the MUBA, Infantry Old Boys Association. And you can't leave the God factor out. So that is all about our preparation. The boys are really committed to be trained. They are trainable, and then the hard work too. When you go for training, when you go to training, you give them workout to do. Though they are tired, but they want to give up their best, and then that is how far it has ended us. And by God's grace, we have won this particular competition.
Now, we saw some of your athletes. I mean, one of the finest 100 meters athletes there, clearly a potential for Ghana. Just help us appreciate what the plan is for some of these athletes after these games. What is the plan, especially for that your brilliant athletes in the 100 meters who also participated in the 200 meters and also led the way for you?
Yes, it's Joseph Ando.
Yeah, Joseph Ando.
Joseph Ando. He is a disciplined athlete and then a good student too. He doesn't play with his academics. He's always in class. So as we speak now, some universities outside the country are speaking with him. We are praying and hoping that when he finishes 3, he's in Form 3. When he finishes Form 3, about 2 universities or so far have spoken to us and the authorities of the school. We are working things out, and his ambition is to go outside to join his friends outside. He has tried. He is in the national team, of course, and his early brothers are also outside. For saying others, they are all outside. He wants to join them so that at least he also become a good athlete in the future.
Well, Mr. Ebenezer, thank you very much, and we appreciate your time. We are very sure that we will talk more. Mr. Ebenezer is the senior housemaster and also the man who led the Infantry team to success in the Central Region Super Zonals. Well, let's bring in Michael Akumia now, because he's followed this competition over the years, and he understands what it means for Prempeh College to dominate the Ashanti region, and also has a good sense of what the country can do, or the opportunity that is up for grabs for the country as far as these talents are concerned. Michael, thank you very much for hanging on for me. You have followed this competition over the years. What's your assessment of this year's events? Sure, you saw what happened in the Central region, what happened in the Ashanti region. Just put it all together for us.
Changed among these teams. 1, scouting. 2, preparation. I think most of these schools have actually opened up their nets to go into various places to go and get talents and bring them and come and nurture them. They go as far as going to junior high school games, primary school games, to scout these kids and pick them up. I think just last week, they were having junior high school games at the Baba Sports Stadium before the Super Zonals came about. And I saw TRMAS having a representative over there. I saw Prempeh College, I saw Poko area, I saw most of these schools over there trying to pick these young guys and bring them to their schools. Sometimes, OAS is having basic school, and Prempeh College is also having a basic school. TRMAS is also having a basic school. So when the kid is in like junior high school, JHS 1 or JHS 2, they tap up the kid, they take him to either OAS basic or Prempeh College basic school. So the kid will always be going to class, but he's always going to be training with the senior high school students. So this is how they prepare these kids. So the moment they go in for their first inter-schools, they don't usually try and put them, try and put a lot of pressure on them to perform. They relax for them. They give them the opportunity to deliver whatever they have the talent to explore. Normally, when they get to the second year of their studies, that is when you usually see the best out of them. But I think the preparation now is quite speeding up, because when they pick them in the junior high school and they take them to their basic schools and they start training with the senior high school students, they pick up so fast. So when they come into the games during their first year, they deliver and they make sure that they match up with the kind of seniors that they have that they are going into the competition.
Well, Akumia, I mean, what potential what potential does these, athletes offer the country? I mean, we're just looking at Joseph Andor from Infantipum and the time that he's recording with his performance, and everybody is mentioning that this guy clearly deserves some national recognition and support. What are we missing here? Are we missing something by not paying close attention to school sports?
I think we are not giving them the right resources to help them develop their talent, especially when it comes to infrastructures and the timing of how we train them. Most importantly, I've seen a lot of proposals that have come out concerned with how we can handle such talent, especially going to the national level of making these schools, bringing their representatives to come and compete against each other. Then we pick them from that stage, then we nurture them, give them time, work around them and improve them till we get to the next All-African Games or even the Olympic Games. It's all about resources, it's all about infrastructure, and it's all about planning. I think we lack planning. We enjoy the moment, but we are not ready to sacrifice to help improve these talents whenever it is needed. So when these kids come, more or less like you look at somebody like Ernest Champon, God of War, who won the best male athlete after today's Super Zonals. Javelin, gold medal. 100 meters, gold medal. 200 meters, silver medal. You look at such a kid, you can develop him to become something extraordinary for the nation. But we ask ourselves, what is the next step? What is the timing of their training? Where are we going to train him? What offers are we going to give him? Are we going to move him to Accra to stay there? Are we going to cater for the family and take care of him, try and develop him for some time? We need to be clear with our plans. And we need to make sure we have the right infrastructures to help these kids. Or else we'll go and come back to the same place anytime.
Well, Michael, that's very, very insightful. We appreciate your time. Thank you very much. That's Michael, my colleague based in Kumasi with Wuntumi Sports, and is offering some insight on the Super Zonals that ended today. The conversation will continue on the Sports Link tomorrow on Joy FM. And also to you for watching. Thank you very much for being part of it. We'll be back on Mondays. Prime Sports Extra is on. Enjoy Prime tomorrow morning between 8 and 9 a.m. You can join us.